Hi guys, it's Summer and today I am doing a book review. It's about that time. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also turn on post notifications so you get notified whenever I post. And without further ado, let's get on into the video. Before I get on to the actual book review, I just want to say a disclaimer or whatever, but I say this in all my book reviews. If you guys would like a shortened version before my book reviews video comes out, I usually do the book review before on Instagram, so you guys can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Yodam x Summer. Yodam is summer in Korean. But now into the video. So I would like to start giving you guys overviews of the actual book before I start just giving my opinions, because I haven't been doing that. Like, I've been doing a little, but not in the way I would want to. So I'm just going to give you guys an overview of what the book is about. The book is about 5 students. There's other students included, you know, that are around and involved in the whole investigation, but these are the main 5 because they are the ones who are really suspected of the crime. So there's Bronwyn. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I'm going to be saying it for the rest of the video, and that's how I've been saying it, like when I read it in my head. So yeah, Bronwyn, Nate, which are my favorite characters since the first few chapters actually. There's also Addie. Her real name is Adeline, but throughout the book it's Addie. There's Simon, the one who died, and there's Cooper. So those are the 5 students, and they are the 5 students who are the main characters because during detention they were there when Simon died. So Simon had a peanut allergy, and he happened to have an allergic reaction during detention. Now they all were in detention together because somebody planted phones in each of their backpacks, and the teacher, he really should have been investigated a little more too, but that's besides the point. He was kind of anti-phone, I don't know, internet. He just didn't like phones. He was very old-fashioned, and I know some teachers like that. It's just like, get over it. We've moved on. It's time to move with, you know, we're progressing. You need to progress too. But he was really anti-phone or whatever, and he happened to find their backpacks, and that's how they all ended up in detention. The phones literally weren't even theirs, and that's the craziest thing about it. I would like to know more about those phones, you know. I would like to know more about. They kind of like brushed over it, you know. They went back to it, but they still glossed over it a little bit. Simon had a peanut allergy, and he had an allergic reaction during detention, and he ended up dying because there was no EpiPens in the nurse's office. So they were the ones who were most heavily, you know, interrogated by the police because they were all in the room that day. And what's crazy is, if you guys watched my last book review, I said that Addie was really suspicious, and I was suspecting of her already. I was way off. I was very much off. But it was I said her and Cooper. Her and Cooper were a little suspect. Her more than Cooper, because I don't know, it was giving weird vibes. And also because they both cheated. They were both cheating. Cooper was cheating on his girlfriend with a guy, and Addie had cheated on her boyfriend very early in her relationship with another guy. And it was just like, why are y'all cheating? That was a red flag in the beginning. but they weren't the culprits, okay? They ended up being very much innocent. Well, not too innocent. There's just one thing I want to say. My sister kept talking about how her boyfriend Jake was controlling and he was weird. I didn't really catch on. I kept brushing it off, but she kept saying it. And I wasn't, their relationship wasn't highlighted too much in this book. So I couldn't really catch on to it. And there wasn't much examples to fall back on, like, oh, he was weird there. So I wasn't really, did you guys hear that? Anyway, ended up breaking up and he scolded her really bad, about the cheating, because he found out she cheated on him. But the craziest thing, it came out later in the book, but the craziest thing is he knew all along that she cheated on him. And that's the craziest part. So Adeline told her sister about the situation. She was like, oh, he's weird anyway, who's controlling. And I was like, that's why I wasn't feeling it anyway. I was like, is he really controlling? Because you're saying this after your sister cheated on him. Like, she cheated on him, but he's the controlling one. So it was just a little, cast 30 chapters if you guys didn't know. I'm gonna put it here. You know what really would have been a plot twist if Meavy did it? That would have been absolutely insane. I should be a writer. Because that would have been crazy. Absolutely insane. That would have been insane. But I loved the book. It was so intriguing. I was reading it pretty much every day. I took a little break from it a few days at the end of February. That's when I started it. I took a few 2 or 3 day break because that was during my birthday. But I ended up finishing I was on the last chapter, I think. So I was like, it's fine. And I was doing a lot. But I love this book so much. I 100% recommend it, okay? Everyone should read it. It's so good. There was one thing that was really just getting on my nerves. It was Nate and his wishy-washy behavior, but I wouldn't say it's his excuse, but it's just, you can feel for him because his mom was a drug addict and his dad was an alcoholic, and, he had been abandoned. He even thought his mother was dead because she just left and she never came back, but she ended up coming back and she ended up staying, and she was clean and had been in rehab. So that was really good. That was nice for the ending and for Nate as well. The ending. Now, was it what I expected? Absolutely not. And that's what I love about it. I love that it was different. Simon himself killed himself, which is okay. Maybe I should censor that. But Simon did it to himself, basically. He did it to himself to get revenge on all 5 of them because he was basically jealous of their lives, and he felt like each one of them took away opportunity from him. And so he thought by doing that to himself and kind of framing them for murder is like going out with a bang, He wanted to go out with a bang. And I was thinking the whole time, after I found out that he himself did it, I was like, why did he choose to, that's a kind of painful way to go out because, your throat's closed. Is that painful? But that's kind of like a painful way to, go out. But that's what he wanted. And he included Jake in his plan. Jake, aka Adeline's ex-boyfriend. And he knew about the whole thing. And he knew about her cheating on him, and he waited. He was like a maniac that he was. And Adeline's sister knew he was a maniac, and I was like, he don't give maniac vibes. Like he hasn't done anything yet alarming yet. But he was indeed a maniac because he knew the whole time, and he was waiting to explode and act crazy on her. I'm so sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at that, but if you read the book, you know. But was this the last? Is this the last chapter? I think it was the second to the last chapter. But I don't know why I'm laughing, or this is so funny to me. But Bronwyn, she went to Janae's house because Janae was having a really hard time, and she just felt like Janae knew something. She went to Janae's house, and she wasn't looking good at all, she said. And apparently Jake was behind it all. Randomly, they started somebody started uploading Tumblr, Reddit posts online, just very suspicious, like, oh yeah, I killed Simon, da 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 da. And Bronwyn found out that he was threatening Janae because Janae kept telling him, you know, this is going too far. And the crazy thing, she knew about it all. So she's an accomplice. She didn't end up going to jail, but she ended up testifying against Jake, which was a little, you know, this is fiction, but it's just like, can we get a little bit of realism? Because realistically, she would be like an accomplice in that. Still trying to figure out, how did he go to jail? Because he wasn't he didn't murder Simon. Simon murdered himself. So how did he go to jail? What did he go to jail for? I think he mainly went to jail for hitting Addie in the head with a rock. She went to her house. She told her everything about how Simon and Jake were buddies, and they told each other the plan. And Jake was to, you know, keep doing it after Simon died. And she was trying to discourage Jake from, you know, doing it. Like, she kept telling him, no, we should stop this. Yeah. And he was basically threatening her. So Addie went she hid somewhere like inside a cabinet or something, because they heard Nate knock on the door, and she was like, I'm gonna record him and you just keep up the conversation. Y'all, this girl, she went and hid in a cabinet or something, and Janae's talking to him. Janae's talking to him. And this girl forgot to turn off her notifications. I literally almost threw the book right here, y'all, because I couldn't believe how dumb she was. She's like, I'm gonna record his, you know, him saying everything, but you don't turn off your notifications. Her ringtone, y'all, started blasting loud. He came all the way inside the house, by the way. Her ringtone started blasting loud. And he's like, who is that? Actually, he knew exactly who it was, because she never changed her ringtone, so it was still the same from when they were together. So he knew exactly who it was. And this is the kind of like insane, stupid part for me, because she stood up and she ran out of y'all want to know what she ran to? She ran in the woods. And I was just like, why? What is going on with this girl? And mind you, Cooper was outside. He parked outside. So she really could have ran in the car with Cooper, because what would he have done? Like, try to punch the window out? They could have drove away. And he could have followed them, of course, but like, that's where it got scary, because I was like, girl, you went in the woods so he can kill you. he ended up hitting her in what happened? She fell or something, started tumbling. He was like, I don't know, punching her, or he started hitting her in the head with a rock, and somehow Cooper punched him or something, and that was it. After that, and he ended up going to jail. So I think he mainly went to jail for what, 20 years? So I'm trying to figure out what he went to jail for. So on to my next book. This is my current read, The Other Blackbird. The Other Black Girl. And it's by Zakiya Dahlia Harris. And it's pretty good so far. Not too boring. It's not as, intriguing as that one in the beginning. But I still really like it. I don't know how many chapters this is. Should I look at it? It's 19 chapters. Not too bad. So, just making sure. Okay, 19, yeah. So, starting off, her name is Nella Rogers, okay? And she works in corporate. Yeah, corporate. Is it corporate? No, she's not even in corporate. That's crazy. The place she works at is called Wager Books, and she's the only Black employee there. So you can imagine how hard that is. And first off, I would like to say, when I first, looked at the title here, I interpreted it differently than I'm sure it's gonna play out. I am now like predicting the plot. So basically, the other Black girl is going to be the other Black girl working her office. So it started off with her running away, getting on a train, and it seemed like she was receiving backlash for something she did or said. And so she was running away, and this guy on the train, he was like, oh, you look like that woman who said that crazy thing online. And she was like, haha, that's not me, even though it was her. And that really gave an insight to what I think will happen in the future of this book. So basically, a new Black girl was already introduced. I'm only in the 3rd chapter. And it seems like she's going to be hired, which is nice because she'll finally have on the same floor as her as well. So it seems like she's going to have another Black employee in the vicinity of her, which is great. But just hope that this doesn't turn into the other Black girl being, because a lot of people speak about this, that when they come into a space that there aren't many Black people are in, and there's like one other Black person, they'll either be very welcoming, or they'll see you as competition, trying to steal their spot or whatever. And I just wonder if that's gonna be the other Black girl, because in the beginning she said one of the writers she really looked up to said something along the lines of, you just couldn't let it go. You just had to say it. And so I don't know if that's the other Black girl working in her company, or is that just another person that'll just come into the plot. But it seems as though she's gonna run into, I don't know, she's gonna run into some conflict, and it might just have to do with her race, or just the way she's treated or discriminated against. And she's probably gonna speak up, and she's gonna most likely receive a lot of backlash. But I wanted to tell you guys about my newest book that should be coming soon. Junkan. Oh, there it is. Okay. So my newest book, I've showed you guys a picture of this book in one of my book reviews before. The book, I'll put it on screen, you know. The book that I'm talking about is Last Girl Ghosted by Lisa. I never know if they pronounce the name Liza or Lisa. I'm gonna say Lisa Unger. And it just looks really intriguing. It looks like it might be a mystery type book, and I'm really into those lately. But yeah, that's it for today's video, you guys. I hope you liked today's video. Just don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also turn on post notifications so you get notified whenever I post a video. I will see you guys in a week.